Right guys, welcome to another video. It's Raz here. Before we dive into this guys, you know the usual drill. If you're new and watching my channel for the first time, please consider subscribing guys. Smash the subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, hit the notification bell so you know the next time I post content. And if you did like today's content guys, put a thumbs up. It doesn't cost you much guys. Put some comments down below and get this out to YouTube universe. Let's just dive right into this. Never seek validation from outside sources guys. Guys, as a man, as a high value male, as a guy on your path and purpose, all the essentials I talk about on my channel and that I've talked about in many videos, alright? And if you haven't checked those videos out, go out and check those videos out. They're very important guys, they're going to help you in your life, alright? So in your journey as a man guys, alright, you have to develop certain traits of masculinity. What are certain traits of masculinity? Okay, certain traits of masculinity, guys. These are some of the examples I'm giving you in the context of the message I'm getting across. Is leadership, alright. It's self-reliance, guys, alright. It's being centered in yourself, okay. One of the other aspects of masculinity to be a high-value man, an alpha male, if you want to say, is abundance, alright. Abundance just doesn't mean alone in finances. Abundance is everything, guys. Abundance is everything in your life, your health, your wealth, your mental stability, your relationships and your family is all abundance. These are some of the traits of masculinity, okay? And sort of sidelines of masculinity are being able to be on your own, being able to live on your own, be quite okay with being maybe alone, well fit at times, alright, and being on your path and purpose. Alright, these are all kind of masculine traits, alright guys. What you want to do when you're developing yourself and you're on your journey, guys, alright, certain people, certain men out there today in today's society, alright, are behaving so low value in terms of they seek to need the outside world, guys, alright. They seek to draw their self of value from the outside world, and you should never draw your self value, guys, from the outside world, okay. Nothing comes from the 3D, the outside world. What do I mean by 3D, guys? This is a wee bit of just my deep knowledge into everything external, alright. I won't go into that, but 3D means just your external reality, the life you see around you, what you observe on a daily basis. That's what I refer to as 3D if you ever see me referring to it in videos. So these kind of men, and this can relate to females as well, draw their self-worth from outside sources. Never draw your self-worth, guys, from outside sources, alright. You get self-worth, alright, by working on yourself, alright. That's what you should be doing. You are never going to be, guys, 100%. Your aim in life is to level up, is to be 100%, and you're never going to be 100%, and that's the fun of it, guys, alright. The fun of being a man is being the best version of yourself. Never mind about anybody else. It's the best version of yourself. Not to digress, but I want to get this point out. You need to be the best version of yourself. You're never in competition with anybody else, guys. Competition is good in a sense of, yes, compete on certain things, but never compete to be like somebody else. You're competing with yourself. You're competing with the man in the mirror, as Michael Jackson says. You know, I'm looking at the man in the mirror. Sorry about the bad singing, guys. But so you're always in competition with yourself. So and when you're on your journey, guys, you're leveling up. That's where your self-worth is going to come from. It's going to come from working on yourself. It's going to come from making yourself a better man. And so, as I said, it's always ongoing. You're never going to reach that goal. There's no saying dissatisfaction is a creative state. Be grateful for what you have, guys, alright? Be grateful for what you've been given, what God's given you. Be grateful for even the air and that you breathe, guys, alright? Because we take that for granted. Just sniffing the air, you know, that's a luxury. If you didn't breathe, you wouldn't be here today. Getting up, walking, these things to be grateful for, but never be satisfied, guys. Be dissatisfied. Dissatisfied allows you to create and grow, okay? And with these things, you start to try and better yourself. You start to try and achieve your goals, and always use systems to achieve your goals, guys. All right, and when you work on your goals and achieving your goals, you're going to want to move on to the next the next win, and the next win, and the next win. That's how you grow, and that's how you develop yourself. All right, and that's how you create worth. The better you get, the more self-worth you'll create, and the more self-value you'll create, guys. So as I said, some low value males and some even females out there, their self-worth and self-value comes from outside, guys, and you should never have that. Okay, this is where you get the social media industry nowadays, guys. This is social media, the whole social media thing, Instagram, TikTok. It's all attention. Okay, and attention is now the biggest commodity, and I didn't even realize this, but attention is the biggest commodity, guys. It's not anything else. It's attention. Attention makes money. Okay, and people seek attention to get their self-worth. Females do this on a daily basis, guys. You see this on TikTok. You see them taking selfies on Instagram. Why are they doing this, guys? They do this because they seek attention, all right? Because they want to seek validation, all right? And I'm not saying all females, guys, all right? But let's be honest, on this channel, as I said before, I'm just straight with you. Most of these females out there use Instagram and these kind of tools to seek validation, to show their bodies off, and they're seeking validation. They want the DMs, they want the likes, and you should never DM or like these chicks, guys, all right, or give them free validation, as I've taught you before. Never do that. Never give them free validation, all right. Make these girls work for their validation, all right. Don't even give them a free look, guys, because that's validating, all right. So if you're at the gym or anything like that, just keep your head down. Well, just a wee tip for you. But yeah, so they seek validation all the time, all right. You even get guys, right, seeking validation. I mean, Instagram's become such a big toxic thing now, guys, all right. You even see men out there, more and more of these gym videos are coming out, which I find fascinating, right? They're showing the sets they're doing and all that, and playing this really weird, really weird kind of music to their sets, and on TikTok, and people are, oh, great, but powerful, and that's just a self of seeking validation from an outside source, all right. I putting your stories up that are irrelevant, like what you ate today, putting your stories up, and on my cat died, put your stories up, on my car went down, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, pushing my level up, telling people about how you're leveling up, telling people about your pursuits in life, what you're doing, what you're getting up to, guys, and you shouldn't be doing that. Never give it away. Never ever let anybody see you living up. Never let anybody know about what you're doing, and how the moves you're making you're making your way forward, and the moves you're making to do that. Never do that. Never expose that on social media, guys. That takes away your power. Okay, and this is another lesson you need to learn. That takes away your power. Plan in silence, guys, right? Plan in silence. Show people with your results, all right? And I know a lot of people that do that, and that's another form of seeking validation and attention from the outside world, that you're telling them you're doing all this. Oh, look what I'm doing this, I'm doing that, working hard, blah, 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 and you require the validation. Why not just shut up, not do that, and just seek validation within yourself that I've done this, I'm doing this, I'm working on this, I'm learning this, you know, I'm making mistakes, you know, I'm working out, I'm getting better, you know. Guys, I could post that all day, you know, but I don't do kind of things like that because it's irrelevant. Yes, when I do use social media, guys, it's for business purposes, okay? So if I do a social media post, it's in relation to the context of business purposes. I'll never do an irrelevant post, all right? I have done it in the past, guys. And I'll admit that I've done it in the past. But the more you level up, the more you realize and have awareness, you then learn these things, all right. Get success in silence, guys, all right. Work in silence, work in stealth, guys, all right. Let everybody else do that and seek validation from outside. And another problem with this is, guys, if you seek validation from outside, right, you will create less and less self-worth. Okay, you'll create less self-worth. You should have self-worth inside, alright? It's never going to come from anybody else, right? And this is where a lot of people fail in relationships, a lot of men fail in relationships. They seek their self-worth from their female partners, and that never ends up well, guys. Most of these guys end up divorced, or the female throws up the bucket and runs, okay? Because, guys, females don't like clingy guys, needy guys. They will run a mile. Trust me. Go ahead and behave in that manner, and she's going to be out the door. I've seen it, been there, done it. Right, I've never been needy, but I'm saying I've seen people, in that position. I know people in that position. So it's never going to work out well for you, all right? So never seek validation from outside sources, guys, all right? Never seek validation from anybody else. Be happy in yourself. Seek self-worth from yourself. Seek self-worth from your winning goal. Seek self-worth from wee wins. When you get wee wins, that gives you self-worth. You'll feel good about yourself. Even a minute small win, you'll feel good about yourself. Like even in your daily routine, if you've done something right and you've achieved it, you said, right, you write a list down. Like I write a list down on this board there. I don't know if you can see it. And I write down the daily day's tasks, and I try and get that done. That's a small win, guys, and that gives you self-worth. You don't need to go to somebody on Instagram and say, like, hey, look at me. Give me self-worth, okay? And you see this all the time, guys, all right? You see, if you go into a gym's a great example of this. You'll see people all around you looking for validation. Females are really toxic for this, guys. I'm sorry, I'm not sugarcoating it. Females are really toxic for seeking validation in gyms. Just go into a gym and observe, all right? They're validation seekers, attention seekers, and validation seekers. You just need to look at the outfits they wear. I might get shot down for this, but you just need to look at the outfits they wear, guys, and you'll see it's a screen validating, attention seeking, and environment. So it can be toxic, guys, but if you have the right mindset, you should train there and not be looking at anybody. You should be training there for development. You should train there to get gains, all right? And then you won't be concerned with anybody because you'll be putting on gains, and that will give you self-worth. So not to digress there, but so guys, never go outside of never go and seek outside sources for validation. It's not going to lead to a good place. It's not going to get you any further. It's not going to make you progress any further. If all your validation and self-worth is coming from outside, all right. You don't need anybody else outside yourself to give yourself self-worth, guys. Self-love, self-worth comes from inside yourself, all right. It comes from the mind, inside yourself, and really understanding yourself and working on yourself, and you'll create that self-worth. You won't need anybody else to tell you you're great. You just need to go in the morning, get up, look in the mirror, and tell yourself you're great. Do that for 30 days. And you'll see the difference you feel. And that goes out to the female viewers who watch my channel as well, okay? So so never go out and seek self-worth from outside sources, guys, in your daily world, all right? Seek it inside yourself. And saying that, guys, I'm going to leave it here. Thanks for watching this video. Please do subscribe to the channel, guys. I work hard on it, all right? And I'll give this content out for free. Even if you don't subscribe, I'll keep giving you good value content, alright, because I want to help you guys out there, alright, not make the mistakes I made in the past, alright, and level up. So with saying that, I'm going to go, leave it here, Shiraz out, see you soon in the next video, take care, guys.